8:30. A shooting in Pulaski County has left 2 people injured. We'll tell you what happened coming up. We're learning more about a man killed in a Lexington crash. And we've learned the suspect involved in an attack on the Dallas, Texas police headquarters has died.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Hope your Sunday's off to a good start. I'm Sean Moody.
And I'm Mike Linden. If you didn't know what date it truly was, it's June 14th, by the way.
I'd have guessed like August 1st.
Right? I mean, it is hot and humid out there, and there's just no break from it at all. So if you have a pool at home, probably a good idea to open it, at least by now, to cool down, because it's going to continue to be that way moving forward, at least for the next week. Live sky camera here showing us a breathtaking view over Lexington this morning. Big Blue Nation shining bright early on. But bear in mind, looks can be deceiving. It is certainly quite humid out there as we get our morning started. You can even see the haze somewhat along the horizon there, all of that moisture trapped at the surface. Now, live First Alert Defender not showing us any showers just yet. That will change, of course, a little bit later on today. And temperatures are already starting to rise. The mid-70s, nearing on the upper 70s in a few spots. Franklin County, Rowan County, 76, 77 degrees. And most spots today will hover right around the elusive 90-degree mark. And as far as active weather goes, we could see more of that today as well. Some scattered storms in the forecast, and the key word there, scattered. I'll show you the location of where we might find those storms coming up. Sean?
All right, Mike, thank you. We have more on a developing story we first brought you last night at 11 o'clock. Somerset police say they're investigating a shooting at a hotel on US 27 that happened just around 10 o'clock last night. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is at the live desk with more. Hillary, what exactly happened out there?
Good morning, Sean. Police say this all started when a group of people on motorcycles pulled into the parking lot and started shooting. Officers say the shooting happened around 10 o'clock last night in the parking lot at America's Best Value Inn on North US 27 in Somerset. Police say they were able to get to the hotel parking lot near the intersection of US 27 and Kentucky 80 within just a couple of minutes and found 2 shooting victims. Those 2 people were taken to the hospital. Their conditions are not known at this time. Now, Somerset police are still working to piece all of this together. We have several calls in to investigators and hope to bring you more information throughout the day over on WKYT.com. For now, at the live desk, Hillary Thornton, back to you.
Hey, Hillary, thank you. Lexington police tell us 2 men have been arrested after a truck crashed into a gas station. Officers tell us a driver and one of his passengers went inside a Shell gas station on South Broadway, leaving a truck parked outside. Another passenger in the back seat tried to turn the truck on while it was still in gear, and it lurched into the station. When the driver and the passenger came out, both passengers began fighting. Those passengers, Garrett Hunt and Major Phillips, were arrested and charged with alcohol intoxication. Well, he was a grandfather and a dad. We're learning more about a man killed in a crash in Lexington. Police say 70-year-old John Herkamp was turning from Clays Mill onto Windham Hills when another car T-boned him. Herkamp later died at the hospital. WKYT's Garrett Weimer spoke with Herkamp's stepson and has more.
Steve Harris says he'll miss his stepdad's stories.
You know, you'd meet somebody through him, and he'd always say, you know, I sold him a car in 19 so-and-so, so that was always really funny.
But more than that, he'll miss the man.
We're just all lucky that we got to be with him for 70 years like we have.
Family members say John Herkamp never met a stranger.
Me and my 2 brothers, we nicknamed him the mayor because everywhere we went, you know, he would always know somebody.
Now those who knew him say they miss him already.
The grandkids called him Poppy, so you know, he's Poppy to us, and you know, just a tremendous friend to a lot of people.
Herkamp was hit by another car here on Clays Mill Road as he tried to turn onto Windham Hills Drive.
Just a tragic accident, and you know, one of those things that my family's just, we're trying to piece it all together and how and why, but that doesn't really matter because it's not going to bring him back. So, you know, right now we're just starting to celebrate his life and what he really meant to all of us.
As they remember, also realizing just how special Herkamp was to everyone.
He will be missed by so many people, not just his family, but his church friends and just friends he's met and people he sold cars to throughout the years. So.
In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Harris said he's eternally grateful for how wonderfully her camp treated his mother. Well, new this morning, police officers tell us they've caught a man who burglarized a Lexington business. Thomas Lane has been arrested and charged with burglary. Police say around 11:30 last night, they got a report of a burglary at Wines on Vine on Old Vine Street. When they got there, they found the front door had been broken open. Officers say they went inside and found Lane hiding in the attic. A Central Kentucky community is rallying around a police officer battling cancer. Last night, thousands of people gathered in Lawrenceburg to support Officer Kenny Goodlett. Friends and family organized a pig roast in his honor, and they raised a pretty amazing amount of money, more than $10,000. If you'd like to donate to Officer Goodlett, just go to any Commonwealth credit union. Authorities say the suspect in an early Saturday shooting attack on Dallas Police Headquarters is dead. Police shot the man who identified himself as James Bullware, through the windshield of his armored van on Saturday after the initial shooting incident. The suspect led police on a chase that ended in a parking lot. Andy Rose reports.
Gonna hit that cop car.
Oh my God.
An early morning shooting rampage in Dallas. A man opened fire on police headquarters Saturday, leading officers on a chase that ended with them shooting the suspect in a restaurant parking lot about 13 miles away in Hutchins, Texas. Police later confirmed the suspect died from his wounds.
Police headquarters is now transitioning to a crime scene.
Authorities say the suspect, who identified himself as James Bullware, rammed a police car outside headquarters, then used an assault weapon and a shotgun to fire multiple rounds into the building and police cars. According to authorities, he blamed police for having his child taken from him. An eyewitness watched the incident from a nearby apartment.
We heard more shots being fired, and I turned to my wife and said, yeah, that's definitely gunfire.
Dallas Police Chief David Brown says officers had a close call.
There are bullet holes in the front lobby where our staff was sitting, and one staff member had just walked away to get a Coke. If they had stayed there during the ordeal, they would have been shot, we believe, and killed.
Several explosions could be seen as investigators probe the suspect's van Saturday. Earlier, the shooter told police the vehicle was rigged with C4 explosives. I'm Andy Rose reporting.
And police said outside their headquarters, they also found a package of pipe bombs rigged to detonate on touch. Those bombs exploded when a robot tried to move them. No officers were hurt in the attack. A busy Lexington road is back open after a crash. Around 9 o'clock last night, officers tell us a car pulled out in front of a motorcycle on Russell Cave Road. That motorcyclist did have to go to the hospital, but officers said he was alert and only had non-life-threatening injuries. There's a new set of golfers teeing off at Picadome's course here in Lexington. They're part of a group embracing one of the fastest growing games in the U.S., foot golf. Since 2011, more than 415 courses in 48 states offer foot golf. It's played just like traditional golf, sand traps and bunkers included, but with a soccer ball and a 21-inch diameter hole. Some say this is a great way to learn the basics of traditional golf.
It kind of introduces the game of golf and introduces the fundamentals of how golf works. And then from there take it on into, sooner or later, introducing them to the game of golf by playing the sport itself.
Organizers say so far the game has been pretty popular there on the course. There's already been a hole-in-one. It is 8:38 on your Sunday morning. Coming up, a Texas woman is getting some unlikely help and trying to avoid going to jail over an unkempt yard. That's ahead here on WKYT this morning.
Big blue skies over Big Blue Nation so far this morning, but looks can be deceiving. It's going to be quite hot out there once again today. I'll show you how hot we'll get and the chance for some scattered showers and storms coming up.